beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today is a special video because it's the first video in which I'm going to try to actually speak, which I've avoided because I live close to an airport, a highway, and to a fire station. So there's always a lot of noise from the planes, from the cars, from the sirens, all the time. So it's just really inconvenient, but we're going to try it anyway. We're going to see how bad it is. Hopefully it's not terrible. Hopefully you can watch this video all the way through, and hopefully you can understand. Yeah, if it's too bad, I'll just do a voiceover for my next video, but let's try it out. So basically today I want to repot my beautiful little money tree, which I've had for a few months now. And this is it. It's quite small. As you can see, I love it because its trunk, yeah, its little base has been like braided out here, and it's not looking very well. That's why I need to repot it. First of all, because it comes in, like, I think this is peat moss. Sorry, there's a plane. There's a plane. Okay, so this comes in, like, you can see this. This is just peat moss, which is a substrate that is commonly used in greenhouses. But it's not the best. It's not the most sustainable substrate, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of it. Also, it doesn't provide any nutrients to the plant, so it's not a good long-term option, in my opinion. So I want to get it out of it. Also, it's just not the best at soaking up water sometimes. It kind of like takes some time. And let's see if you can see this. The root system on the bottom, I'm dropping soil everywhere, but the root system on the bottom is a little overgrown. I'd like to just give it a new home, a new space to grow in. So I've already made a mess, and I haven't even started the video yet. Okay, anyway, so, and a lot of these leaves are not looking very well. They're like very crusty, crunchy looking. Let's see if you can see that. They are just not doing well. You see that discolored brown spots. A lot of them are very limp. You can see that. It's not supposed to look like this. It's quite limp. And I couldn't tell why. At first I thought, oh look, this one's just completely broken off. I couldn't really tell why. I thought it was because it was maybe underwatered, but it's not that. I realized that my cat, one of my cats kept knocking this plant over. So it kept falling like on its head, and basically a lot of its branches have like just snapped off. Can you see that? If not, I'll just insert a picture. But anyway, yeah, so that's a big problem because of this. It's not receiving the nutrients or the water it's supposed to, so the leaves are dying. So today I'm simply going to be repotting this plant into a bigger pot so that it has more space to grow in, and I'm going to be changing the soil, of course, so that it actually has nutrients in it. And if you've never repotted a plant before, it's very simple, very straightforward. You can do it. Anybody can do it. Okay, so basically I have this pot, which is slightly bigger than this one. I've chosen this one because it's not too much bigger, but it's big enough to give it space to grow for a while, about a year, till I repot it. And I chose plastic because terracotta pots are very porous, and here in South Florida it's very hot, very sunny, so plants that are in terracotta absorb the water way too quickly. So the watering is going to be too tedious, so I prefer to keep it in plastic pot because it's going to retain the moisture better. But also you always need to make sure that there's a drainage hole. Here, this one actually comes like plugged with something like this black like stopper, but I popped it out. And yeah, you need this to ensure proper drainage. You'd never want to put a plant in a place in which it doesn't have proper drainage, because the roots will rot because they won't get enough oxygen, and it's not going to be good. Your plant will die basically. So I also have some of this, which just looks like soil, but this is actually compost. It's called Land and Sea Compost, I believe. It's organic land and sea compost by Espoma Organics, which is a company I really like. And yeah, it's just compost. It's just going to provide more nutrients for the plant for an extended period of time, which is exactly what I want. I've also mixed this with a little bit of worm castings. And if you don't know what worm castings are, it's basically just worm poop. So apparently plants love it. It's very it's very nutritious. So it's so annoying. This is so annoying. Goodness. Okay. Anyway, I keep looking at the viewfinder instead of looking. Is that what it's called? The viewfinder? I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I have some of my favorite soil. It's by Kellogg's. I don't remember the full name, so I'll just insert a picture. But yeah, you can't really tell because it's slightly wet right now, but it's quite light and fluffy. It has some like thicker materials like orchid bark and some of these little perlite, geez, I can't remember the name, sorry, a perlite, which ensures good drainage. So basically, all I'm gonna do, okay, is a big mess. Oh no, I should have probably found something to throw this old soil in. The peat moss. I mean, my mom's gonna get really pissed off if I leave a mess back here. But okay, sorry, mom. My mom watches my videos, so she will see this and she will know that I made a mess, but I'll clean it up. Okay, I'll clean it up. So all I want to do is I'm gonna, there's also, hold on, there's also like a rubber band here. Like, hold on, can you see that? No. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's like this like rubber band, which I guess was put in when these guys were like braided up. And there's also some little new growth here. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna cut this off. Okay. Now I am going to gently loosen up some of this potting mix, which seems to be, like I said, only peat moss. Some of these roots here at the bottom, you can't really tell just because they're the same color as the substrate. They're kind of like rotten, so that's not good. Those bits that I find that are like rotten, I'm just gonna gently break them apart, just like snap them off. They're dead, so it'll just snap off. But anyway, I'm just gonna gently loosen up the roots. I'm probably not gonna remove all of the peat moss, but as much of it as I can. Okay. Now you want to be really gentle with this. Like, plants are actually quite strong. You can be a little rougher than you think. Okay, so as I was saying before this last plane came in, a lot of these roots are just dead, so you can just pull them off, and you want to get rid of as much of this substrate as you can without damaging the root system.
Yeah, these roots are not looking very healthy, to be honest. They're quite crispy looking. So, what is that noise? Oh, there's a woman with a little child on a stroller passing through.
Okay, so you see, you can't really tell from here, but there's little bits of roots. I'm just gently pulling off. They should break off quite easily, so don't go like overboard trying to rip these roots apart because you don't want to damage the plant. So this is what we have. This is as much as I'm going to take off, if you can see that. So this is what we're working with right now. I'm going to put this guy right here, and I'm going to prepare this. First, I'm going to put in some of the potting mix into the bottom. So this is going to be about 1.5 inches of soil at the bottom. You can't really tell, but it's around here. yeah, so about that much. Because this allows it enough space to grow the root system throughout the year that it's in this pot. Then I'm going to add in some of this compost slowly, kind of just mix it in a little bit in order to incorporate it with the rest of the soil. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added a little bit more. It's around here. I don't know if that is helpful at all, but this is how much soil is in there. So there's still like an inch or two, I'd say like 2 inches left of space in here. So now I'm going to make like a little dip like in the middle, as if you're making like pasta at home. So you make a little...
Did that make sense? Like making pasta at home, as in you like put the flour and then you make a hole in the middle. Okay, you get it. Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay, so we're gonna get this guy, and we're just gonna plop him into that little hole. And now you just basically backfill with some of the soil. One thing you do want to make sure is that you do not put the soil up too high, because then once you water, it's just going to be a huge mess. Every single time you water the plant, it's just going to spill over. So you want to avoid that by leaving a few like centimeters of space at the top of your pot. Right, so I got these bowls, and I'm just gonna, which are the bowls my mom uses in the kitchen. So again, she's not gonna be very happy when she sees this. Okay, so now I'm just gonna keep filling up the pot with the rest of the soil. I'm just gonna try to, let's just get it all in there, and then I'll spread it around. Okay, there you go. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So whenever you're patting down the soil, make sure you don't pat down on it too hard, because you don't want the soil to compact in the container, because then it will be difficult for the roots to absorb the water every time you water it. So what's the point of even watering your plant if your plant isn't receiving, you know, the water? Anyway, don't do that. After I'm done with this, I'm going to water this little guy. And he'll be happy in his new home, I hope. But before I do that, I'm going to get my teeny tiny, can you see that? My teeny tiny knife. And I'm gonna cut off all these bits that are broken off.
I am going to slice off all these little stems that are broken off. It's not a big deal, they'll grow back in, but there's no point in having dead leaves everywhere on your plant. Okay, let's see. You can, oh, okay, this one just ripped off, but there you go, you can see that. Yeah, so a lot of these leaves are not really healthy, so there's no point of keeping them, because then the plant's going to be working hard to like send nutrients to that leaf, and it's just going to be useless. There you go. I'm going to rip that off, check it out, let's see if there's anything else I need to cut. Take that off.
Okay, this plant is looking a little rough still, because like I said, my cat kept dropping it on the floor. Okay, so here we are. This is all you had to do. It was quite simple, very quick little project. Hopefully the noise level wasn't too annoying. Also, hopefully I didn't do too terrible a job of looking where I was supposed to. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you'll come back again and see my next video. Bye.